Yo, welcome to another episode of Life Chats.
Ow! Ow! That hurts! Oh, you got me in a really weird place
Right
on my
in
leg.
the thigh!
No, it was like right here, like this little bump.
I know, dude.
Oh, man.
God, it's like a little chicken leg. Did you skip leg day?
Every day is leg day.
So, welcome to episode, I think we're on 7 now?
8? I think it's 8.
Fuck, I don't know.
I hope it's 8.
So welcome to another episode of
Life Chat.
Yes, we might come up with a better name eventually, but probably not. That is the name we're going with. That's fair.
What is with us?
What's going on? Whoa! We're tripping out.
All right.
So here's the thing. You had this meme that you want to show people.
It's hilarious.
So what's the background? So when did you see this video? And
this morning at 1 o'clock.
Okay, so you got home from a night of hanging out with friends, and you stumble across this on Facebook. I assume.
Yes, I did. So
Okay,
so it's like my friends are getting married, having babies, and this is me.
My name is Stephen Morris, and I'm single. I'm just looking for somebody who likes to have fun and is a fun-loving type gal. Brunettes or something, and so are redheads or blondes. That's
Except for the green-haired
What
people.
I really want is someone who will call me and will love me, because everyone I know is married, and I don't know anybody or anything, and it's just not right because I deserve love like anybody else. I don't need a rubbish stood up dumpster for a playboy. God, give me a job.
He flips with the back of his chair.
I honestly think your reaction is funnier than the actual video. Your laugh is hilarious. So I've only seen that like a million times today, and that doesn't get old after a while. Oh my god! But
Dumpster fire. To get a Playboy. I'm looking pretty good now, and that's all I'm saying.
Doing okay?
Yeah. Sorry.
No, that's fine. So, and this was a topic that I wanted to bring up because I know people. I know. How vague a statement is that? I know some people, more so when I was an avid gamer. When I used to play Xbox a lot in high school.
Yes.
You meet people online, and it's interesting that I remember, there have been other circumstances like this since, but I remember someone was telling me, this actually, I'm not just saying this because of what I told you earlier, that another friend was telling me about this recently. This actually did happen. This did actually happen.
Right.
So, they were saying that they lived in the States. I don't remember where in the States, but it doesn't matter. They lived in the States, their significant other lived in Europe somewhere, and they were dating for about 2 years at that point.
Yeah.
And I always thought to myself, how do you actually date someone if you aren't physically near them, or if you never really met? And that's what this person was trying to say. And then another one of my friends was saying the same thing earlier, was, this was more recent, was saying that their significant other lives overseas, and they've been seeing each other for a year, and they've met once. And far be it from me to question anyone's relationship, because people are complex, and everyone has a different definition of what it means to be in a relationship.
Yeah.
But do you think that it's possible for people to claim to be in a relationship? Would you ever be okay with that?
Oh boy. I'm sorry, I'm still going down.
Oh my god.
Have any of them gone through the dumpster fire or a boy? I'm sorry. Alright, okay. I'm back here.
Oh my god, get it together.
Alright, I'm trying. I'm still exhibiting some effects from the night before.
Great movie.
So now here what did you say?
Great movie. Night before.
Oh yeah,
that's the Christmas movie.
That's the Christmas movie.
Yeah.
I watch it all the time on Netflix. Yeah. So, I'm the last person I think when it comes to talking about relationships. Just mine have just been, and Hey, that's as much as I'm going to get into it.
That's
okay.
fine. Yep.
So in terms of like what I would do, and I'm also a different person than I was a few months ago. So take that for a grain of salt. You're also talking to the guy that's saying I'm staying away from relationships for the foreseeable future. I'm just going to take this off because I think it clashes with our shirts. Like you're all beautiful Hawaiian, and I'm all like
rugged male.
Whatever this. No.
Yeah.
No. You don't do that with a hat.
No.
You don't do that. That's not proper, and that's not good. You're
that's
right.
very 90s.
You're in the short bus on that. So in terms of relationship, switching
gears. Yeah.
If I were to be in a relationship,
he doesn't want to be in one.
Oh, well.
No.
Anyway, I'm not getting into that.
Nope.
So for me, I don't know. I'd feel a little weird about that. I mean, I would have to. There has to be a physical component. I mean, look, if it works well for both, and both parties are both loyal to each other and honest, okay. If that's what works for you, hey, you know what? Don't make me rain on your parade and shit on your relationship. But for me, I think that there has to be at least some kind of physical component to this relationship. And also, you're saying that this person's from the States, this other person is in the UK or Europe or wherever it was.
Yeah.
Like, also, that's not even the same time zone. So, like, when it's their night, it's our day, and like vice versa. So, how could you possibly maintain a romantic relationship if you haven't even like seen each other in person, and the time zones are it's not even a few hours. We're talking like half a day, right? So that's kind of odd to me when you told me that. And I was just like, I would never. I mean, I've tried long distance before, and that was only like a couple hours, and that's as far as I'm gonna go. You know what I mean? So like, so I found that interesting. And then again, but you know, as long as you have a strong bond.
Well, it's interesting that you mentioned loyalty.
Yeah,
because you know it's interesting. A friend of mine was telling me the story of how he was getting to know someone intimately when her boyfriend seems to be living far away as well. And it's interesting because for that person in my friend's story who was saying she was still loyal to her boyfriend and messing around with my buddy. I'm just thinking,
whoa,
what?
I just registered what you said. Sorry.
Okay. So
someone's going to be in a dumpster fire in that situation.
No, but like it's interesting because to that person that my friend was getting involved with, who was saying that she's in a relationship, I mean, granted that woman met her boyfriend. They were together physically before, but it goes back to a long distance thing, and texting, is that enough to maintain a relationship? I mean, I personally, it's really tough to say, because I think you're away from someone for so long.
Yes.
You forget what they're like,
right?
And then you text them,
and
your imagination kind of runs with it a little bit, because you almost forget what they're like. From being far apart.
Exactly.
So,
especially if you're far apart for long periods of time, right? This is not a business trip for a week or two.
No, it's months or years, And then at that point, because you're only texting via something that's very impersonal, you're communicating via texting, again, your mind tends to exaggerate certain things that are being said because you're not with them to actually hear the inflection of which they're talking. So it's something like that, too, about meaning, like I guess I would agree. I would say, for me personally, I could not be in a relationship with someone if there was not the chance of ever meeting. Again, far be it from me to say how someone should live their life. I don't understand how it works, because a part of relationship for me is intimacy, physical intimacy.
Oh yeah,
that's so important. Waking up, and this is what you were saying, being able to wake up to someone special. Maybe not even special.
You might have forgotten their name.
But waking up next to someone in the morning and just seeing someone's smiling face next to you is a good feeling. You don't just get that from being friendly. Oh, we Skype and we FaceTime. So what? You're seeing someone in a controlled situation in front of a camera for an hour every few weeks.
And like if you want to dance with your partner, what you do? Grab the laptop and dance with them. You Skype.
You want to spend time with them. You want to cuddle with them. You're going to cuddle your MacBook while you watch. No, you're not. Like it's interesting, and I find it's a bigger question of how people define relationships, and technology is being able to. What are you doing?
He's cuddling someone. My son was special.
Your golden nights. But no, but honestly, man, like, wait, how was your experience with long distance? How did it work out for you? I mean, I know how it worked out.
You know how it worked out. It was the beginning of the anyway. Beginning of the end of everything. Didn't work out, bud. And I'll tell you, you know what? There's always
Michael, you don't trust people though. That's been well established that you don't trust people. Yeah.
And it's not like I don't have my reasons, but see, I don't want to come off as the pessimist, but at the same time, I have to be the realist. And
so when is pessimism synonymous with realism?
You're right; they're the same thing. Are they? They're not.
No, but like, I'm saying, but a realist doesn't always have to be negative.
No, you're right. But you know what? I'm trying not to get too much of a window into my world. But at the same time, like, hasn't that ship already sailed at this point?
Has this not been like your bitching corner for like the last few weeks?
Hey, you know what? Last recording that was posted, I don't think I complained.
Okay.
Give me one.
I'll do that.
So, the one on gun control. But like...
Lord Jesus save you. Yeah.
Oh my god, I got heat for that. Anyway, the what was the question?
How is your past experience with long distance work?
Not good.
Would you get involved with something like that?
Not again.
Does it
No.
depend on the person?
No.
It could be the perfect woman who lives in Italy, but you're not doing it. No.
Why does she have to be from Italy?
Because you're Italian.
That doesn't mean I want to be with an Italian person.
No, but okay, so
they yell.
regardless of where they are,
always cut you off when you're talking.
She's in
LA.
LA.
Make a point. Oh, no.
Not even then, eh? It could be a reason for you to go there.
You know what, man? Here's the thing. And I've had adventures these last few weeks, and what you just expressed in this story is very similar to stuff that I have heard, lately. And I'll tell you, I don't want to get just too personal. Fuck it. So there's going to be someone who gets lonely, gets vulnerable, and makes a mistake.
Now, what about?
Guess what side of I was on? Just take a guess.
Yeah,
it's all right. It's 7 years. I'm fine. I'm over it.
But no, it's interesting. You're saying people, even though with distance, people get lonely, and sometimes people make mistakes.
Yeah.
You don't want to get involved in that again. No. I mean, you don't.
Why would I go through that upset?
Oh my god, man!
Yeah, because I'm trying to really not make this about me and personal, but it's hard. It's hard.
It's all about you.
No, it's not.
No, it's not.
It's. I don't know. Personally, I wouldn't go through with it because there's always going to be somebody with your significant other there that, if experience and just the many stories like this that I've heard, and it have been many, I'm not pulling this out of my ass, somewhere along the line, one of them, I'm not saying this goes for all people, but I'm just saying
in your experience, yeah.
This is just what I've heard, there's always going to be one of those that eventually succumbs to that. And the entire time you're going, why did I waste my time with that?
What about marriage? What about women and what about people who are married and their significant other is always away on business? I guess it depends on the person as well.
That would be at that point though. If you're married, you would have been physically with them.
No. But
that's different.
But you're right. But does that wear off with distance and time?
Well, I mean, you look at Hollywood actors and stuff, like they're always out for months on like location and shooting and stuff like that. That's a whole other topic. But you like to think that the wedding vows that they took have some kind of significance and stuff like that. But we're just talking about
people that never
out of the gate.
Yeah,
I'm in the camp that look, if you think it works for you, great, party hard. but it never ends well. Where
Not when you want to be with the person, and the distance is so great that it's hard to overcome. And
oh yeah,
you know and why I'm even having this conversation is because technology has really. We wouldn't have had this conversation even 10 years ago. Really, like FaceTime wasn't a thing to the degree that it is now.
right,
Skype isn't the thing that it is now.
right,
We wouldn't be having this conversation
yeah,
because technology has made it so easy to communicate with people that a lot of people would say, yeah, I never met this person in face-to-face, but I've been texting them for years, and I consider them really good friends. And I feel it's difficult to truly, and I'm going to talk because I have met incredible people who live all around the world
yeah.
that I know if we were to meet, we would get along famously. It would be awesome. But at the same time, in those moments, I then remind myself, but they're living literally halfway across the world.
Right.
So how are you going to make that work? You can't.
Yeah. It's tough. One of you would have to make the move, right? Like, or at least they.
And who does that?
Well, I mean,
and if it doesn't work out,
yeah.
then what?
Yeah.
You're responsible for me
Yeah.
moving halfway across.
Yeah, I've
If you break up with someone in the same city, life goes on, man. You uproot yourself and you move to God knows where, and it doesn't work out.
Yeah.
And then then what?
I've heard of that situation where they were just dating, and like guy gets a job in Calgary, and girlfriend goes with him. Guy cheats. Girlfriend has to come back home because it all fell apart.
And you think, and this person probably thinks to themselves, I'm starting a new life with my boyfriend.
Yeah.
We're going to get married.
Yeah.
We're going to have a family.
Yeah.
And then you're thinking, what did I do this all for?
Exactly. So so it's just like, I don't want to come down hard on relationships, but I can't help it with this particular topic because oh man. I also had another point too, and you can have I have a texting friendship with a guy that we did the podcast with, Butch.
Yeah.
But a relationship is on another level that it might work initially, but that's just, I mean, at a certain point you have to at some point meet in person or make an actual commitment with each other.
Yeah.
Because
one person would have to move to realism. You're not going to marry someone and continue living in your respective place and not live together.
Right.
Doesn't make sense.
Right.
Being in a relationship it's so tough for me to be, I mean, not to be okay with it because it doesn't affect me at all. But for me personally, I would not be in a relationship with someone if there was no real likelihood of us ever being together physically, spending time together.
Exactly.
You can text someone and be, oh, you'll never guess what happened to me today.
Oh,
or you can actually be with that person and experience that at the same time, which is better.
Yeah. Hopefully, cuddle on the sofa, spooning in the bed and telling them, I don't know. Maybe that yeah. I don't know what else to say. I'm still thinking of the meme. It's my Eddie Murphy impersonation.
That's a good one, man. But
again, if it works, great. I'm not telling you you're lying to yourself. I'm not saying that at all.
Yeah.
But I have yet to come across a situation where that has actually worked out for him better.
And you know what?
And I champion romance. I do. With this situation, it's really hard.
But you know what, guys? Honestly, let us know if one of you are in a relationship like this and you're saying, you know what, screw these guys. They don't know what they're talking about. It's worked for us. Let us know how you do it because we're genuinely interested to figure out how one is capable of doing this.
And you know what? I mean, I've taken heat for the gun control video. I'll take heat for this. It's fine. It's a dumpster fire. But we had a few shout-outs last week, and a couple of our viewers realized and noticed.
I got a couple messages saying thanks for the shout-out.
Paulina.
You're welcome.
Yeah, I'm shouting you out too, by the way. I've said your name, I'm sure, once or twice. Ruby, friend of the show, Ruby.
Yeah,
Rubes,
she might as well be.
Rubes,
She might as well be a co-host. Yeah.
Rubes, I actually found a T-shirt. Remember, we were worried about that. I found a T-shirt because I was like, I don't have any T-shirts, and she's like, just wear your Vegas one. I'm like, that's dirty. I can't wear a stinky Vegas tee. next to you, you'll be like, "What the hell's that smell?" And I'm like,
Yeah.
that'd be me.
It ain't gonna be me.
I mean, look at this. You're ready for vacation, and also,
Yeah, shout out to not a sponsor, should be a sponsor. I've only worked for them for 4 years. Tommy Bahama, shout out to them.
yeah, and Dion, how you doing?
There you go.
Great to finally meet you.
Well, not
Okay.
how can you meet this person? You know.
Oh!
There we go, tying it all up. But anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned for next week's episode, and we will see you later. Peace out.
Wait. Vegas forever. Come on. Do it.
Vegas forever.
Yes! You crazy motherfucker, you.